بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Alhamdulillah. Firstly, I'd like to offer somewhat of an apology to you, my viewers. I've been very infrequent and intermittent with my uploads in recent weeks. Um, in all honesty, I've been a little bit despondent, discouraged, and in low spirits with regards to my YouTube channel. You see, I believe I've been somewhat shadow banned or censored. I don't know if it's for certain videos or if it's with regards to my entire YouTube channel. But what I can say is that my views have dropped significantly, ever since after the 7th of October. Now, I'm sure you guys know exactly what happened on the 7th of October. Mainstream media is constantly pushing this down everyone's throat. But of course, after the 7th of October, um, like with many content creators, they have been voicing their pro-Palestinian stances, right? Which I think I actually, well, we know that the powers that be behind these major social media platforms are certainly not happy with. And so obviously they would censor, limit the amount of views and overall shadow ban these voices. And so many content creators are trying to find means and ways of going around, of working around this. As for myself, I've been trying to get myself, up and running again with regards to this YouTube channel. Yeah, so on the agenda we have uh, three topics particularly. So I don't know how you guys feel about the Israeli propaganda machine and how it's going. I don't think the PR systems are working that well. Um, I've come across this New York Times Square propaganda machine. Well, not machine, but those big screens that are literally everywhere around that place, New York Times Square. That usually showcases the advertisements and what have you. Um, yeah, basically showcasing some Israeli propaganda. And then we have the, I mean, again, I ask, and I've noted this in my previous videos, what is a terrorist? Um, if you haven't heard, there was the recent incident of a Prague University school, well, not school shooting, but shooting, technically a school shooting. University, school, a place of learning and academia, let's say. Yeah, so shooting. And what are we going to term this guy? What is mainstream media going to term this person? So we'll see. And then we have our favorite Egyptian footballer, Liverpool player, Mohamed Salah, um, celebrating Christmas once again, unfortunately. But also he's, I'll be reacting to a little bit of his quietness um, on Gaza and Palestine. We haven't heard much from him with regards to that. So let's get into it. So here we have, let me just play this video. Right. Okay. Let me just play this video. Hundreds of Israeli women. Can you still ignore them now? Yeah, look, we have to take this with a pinch of salt. So many Israeli talking points have been backtracked, and basically thrown down the bin because has not been any, have not had any proof. These journalists and mainstream media people who, were obviously pro-Israel. Yeah, they're just squabbling for content or talking points so that they can victimize themselves or victimize the Israeli population or even government. Um, in any case, I think that this narrative is getting old, and if we look at the general public, the public opinion on Israel at the moment is very negative. You know, um, for the most part, of course. Not everyone is. Anyone with a brain, I'd say, would be pro-Palestinian. Because there's so much context behind all this. The 7th of October is just an isolated incident. There is so much history behind why this quote unquote conflict exists, you know. Um, and I think also we should thank social media. As much as social media has been, negative in some ways, I think with regards to showcasing the Palestinian struggle, the aggressions over them, I think social media has been a good thing, and has, like, shed light on the truth, and have shifted public opinion in the right direction, I think. Um, yeah, let's continue. So, yeah, as I mentioned, we have this gunman kills 14 in attack at his Prague university. Let's just check the article. A 24-year-old Czech student shot dead his father, then killed 14 and wounded 25 others at his Prague university on Thursday before possibly killing himself, police said, marking the country's worst ever mass shooting. I see you guys are enjoying my content, but you are not subscribed. Please consider subscribing and don't forget to like this video. Jazakallah khair. So, look, to be fair, Reuters is not really identifying the student as white, black, or brown. But from the images that we've seen, uh, yeah, look, the images that we've seen, or basically this video that we are watching now, um, we have an idea that this guy is a white man, right? And what Reuters does here is that he is not identified as a terrorist, for which he actually is. He's a terrorist, right? But this is, I mean, this is old stuff. Everyone knows that the media does this type of manipulations, you know. And I can almost certainly guarantee that had this been a brown person, it would have been far more serious. It would have been far more, it will be, let's say, termed differently, you know. You'd be, I mean, the heading would literally be terrorist kills 14 in attack and so on and so on. This is quite unfair, but yeah, so this is what happened. Yeah, anyway, yeah, very sad to see that, this is actually a common thing in the West, contrary to popular opinion. I mean, Westerners might think that the rest of the world are, going about killing each other and being barbaric and so on. But yeah, it's clearly being shown as to where these things are happening. Quite sad to see. And anyway, let's move on. So we have Muhammad Salah in a nutshell, right? Where he celebrates Christmas. Well, now, obviously, as a Muslim, we are told not to engage in such celebrations. I mean, it has Christmas in itself has a lot of pagan background and history and context, but it seems that our brother Muhammad Salah is well engaged, unfortunately. But at the same time, he's been very quiet on Gaza and Palestine in general. I'm not too sure if I've seen any posts of him talking about Gaza or Palestine. I really don't want to say that there has not been any, but for sure he's been very limited, or you know, he hasn't been much of an advocate for his Palestinian brothers and sisters. But of course, we can say that perhaps he fear his footballing career, as many people do. People are literally being fired for being pro-Palestinian, and so I mean, I'm not saying it's understandable, but like it's understandable, you know. Okay, let's rather rephrase that. It's not understandable. Things are more serious than football, than even your career, I'd say. And I mean, sometimes it's easy for us to say, "Oh, look, I'm in a job where I can express certain viewpoints, and I won't be threatened uh, my by the higher ups with regards to my job." But on the other hand, people are literally dying, and it's really gruesome and horrible and brutal with what these Palestinians are going through, and it has moved many people. It has moved many people in a way where they are simply not caring about uh, their jobs, even their livelihoods. But in any case, because we see how things go with Mohamed Salah. Hopefully, he would change his rhetoric, or well, not change his rhetoric, but he maybe advocate more for Palestine and finally let go of his relation with the Christmas thing going on with him. I mean, it's been years now. He's been always celebrating Christmas, and every year we have Muslims targeting him for celebrating Christmas. So hopefully he changes it, inshallah. And on that note, guys, Jazakallah khair for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, and if it is that you enjoy my content, definitely subscribe. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.